So we're done with malware doon sa dito pa rin tayo sa 1.2 which is types of attack, pero tapos na tayo doon sa mga variations or flavors ng malware. Ang pag-uusapan naman natin starting with this lesson is what we called password attacks. So ano naman yung mga common password attacks na ginagamit to rin para doon sa targeted victim or kumbaga to access credentials or PII ng targeted victim or sabihin na nating targeted organization. Okay, so number one is what we call brute force attack. So basically, brute force is one of the common password attacks na ginagamit ng mga attacker or hacker to log in doon sa mga account, for example, in their bank accounts and so on, to get sensitive information, transfer money, and other further damage. So kapag sinabi nating brute force attack, ang nangyayari is the hacker or the attacker will use a program kasi hindi naman niya manual ginagawa to dahil it will take time, lalo na kung siyempre, marami siyang tinatry na password. So basically, it will try all the possible passwords until it works. So kumbaga, it is a trial and error approach or system. Diba? So kumbaga, password 1, password 2, password 3, password 4, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, may nag-deliver. Anyway, so you are now, you get the point of what we call brute force attack. Diba? So yun lang yun. Try all possible password until it works or until it lockouts. Kasi ang pinakamabisang prevention dito is yung tinatawag nating account lockout after X unsuccessful tries. For example, sa BDO, di ba? When you're trying to log in using a password, for example, sa website, tapos naka-apat na mali kang try ng password, it will lock your account for a certain amount of time or until kailangan mong tumawag. Di ba? So, ganun din. If you try to check with Tech Academy, meron din ako nilagay na anti-brute force. If someone tried to log in and then nagkamali siya, for example, in 3 times, malalock out siya in 72 hours. So, depende. Pero the concept is the same, which is basically to try different passwords until it works or to trial and error or until it lock out. Kasi nga, kapag nag-implement ka ng tinatawag nating lockout option, hindi na makakapag-try yung attacker na yun kasi malalockout na. It can be based on IP address, it can be based on that username and different aspects or different angles. Pero you get the point ng brute force attack. So mamaya, I'll show you a simple illustration para mas magets mo pa to. So pangalawa, yung common password attacks na tinatawag natin is what we call password spraying. So dito naman, dahil nga doon sa brute force, pwedeng ma-lock out yung attack. Pwedeng ma-lock out yung attacker or yung activity kasi for example, nakapag-try siya ng 3 password, mali pa rin. So pwede nang ma-lock out. Diba? Hindi na makakapag-try. For example, it is based or being blocked from an IP address, hindi na makakapag-try yun unless may control siyang mga bots or botnet kung saan pwede pa siyang mag-try ng ibang devices and so on. Pero you get the point. Now, sa password spraying, it is a variations or a form of brute force attack that attempts naman to use a single password or small sets of password para hindi ma-lockout against many accounts or many username. So, di ba kanina dun sa common or general brute force attack, you're gonna use a username and try different passwords until it works, trial and error, or until it lockouts. Di ba? Now, sa password spraying, iniiwasan niyang ma-lockout. Kasi, for example, username 1, tatry siya ng 2 password, mali pa rin. Okay? Ibang username naman, tatry siya ng ibang password, ganyan ulit, ibang username naman. Kumbaga, pa-spray lang, paunti-unting username lang and password. Kasi nga, para maiwasan niya yung pagiging lockout ng activity na ginagawa niya. Does that make sense? Okay? So, ang pinupuntirya nitong password spraying is basically kapag yung admin or yung system or device is hindi binago yung default password. Usually kasi, yun yung ginagamit ng mga attacker. So, pag na-try nila yung default password na yun, for example, magta-try sila ng couple of passwords na, for example, sa Cisco, hindi natin babaguhin, di ba? Itatry ng hacker, for example, username admin, tapos kung ano yung common, example lang ito just to make the point. Tapos kung ano yung common password for Cisco or in default password for Cisco. So kapag nakapag-try siya ng 3, magta-try naman siya uli ng ibang username para nga hindi malockout yung account. So many accounts against many accounts. Right? Does that make sense? Good. Ang effective countermeasure or effective prevention for this will be multi-factor authentication, CAPTCHA, pwede din, or mas maganda, forcing password change on the first login para maiwasan natin yung attack using the default password. Okay? Now, we also have what we call dictionary attacks, kung saan si attacker naman, it's also a form or variations of brute force wherein si attacker naman is basically using a list of words for their attempts. So, yung mga password na gagamitin niya is the common phrases or words using a common dictionary or an application that serves as his dictionary kasi pwedeng gumawa siya ng database niya kung saan nakasave yung mga common words and phrases para gamitin niya or itry niya as passwords. So basically, it is using a dictionary or some sort of database ng mga words or phrases na yun para doon sa ginagawa niyang brute force. Okay? So si dictionary and si password spraying is a form or variations or flavors ng brute force. Kasi, tawag dito, they are form of brute force attack. Okay? So, ganun din. Ang common prevention or countermeasures for this is multi-factor authentication, biometric authentication, limit the number of plugin attempts. Diba? So, ganun din. Lockouts. And then, force resets. For example, marireset ka after failed attempt. Like, for example, 4 tries nga, tapos mali pa rin, marireset na. So, malalockout muna. Or you can try after 72 hours and so on. Does that make sense? So, you now understand the key differences at saka yung mga characteristics ditong brute force as well as yung mga variations or flavors niya. Okay? So, kung hindi pa, okay lang. To drive home my point, before we end this lesson, let me show you a simple illustration kung paano nangyayari itong tatlong pinag-usapan natin na password attacks. Okay, so sa brute force is basically I have a username and then I'm gonna try a different password until it succeeds or until it works. Or, sabi ko nga kanina, until it lockouts. Diba? Kasi pag nag-try ako ng marami tapos may naka-set up naman na security mechanism doon na lockout after number of attempts or unsuccessful login attempts, hindi ko na magagawa yun. Does that make sense? Now, kapag sinabi naman natin na password spraying, kagaya ng binanggit ko kanina, it's gonna use a variations of username naman para hindi ma-lockout. Iniiwasan niya ngayon yung lockout na pwedeng nangyari doon sa common or general brute force. So, nakikita mo dito, I'm trying a username 1, username 2, username 3. Pwedeng yung default password muna ang ginamit ko, tapos default password ulit. Nung nakadalawang mali na, ibang username naman, pwedeng yun uli yung password or ibang password naman. Pero, iniiwasan kong mag-lockout. Nag-i-spray lang ako, kumbaga, I'm gonna try this username and password after 2 tries, and then I'm gonna try another account. I'm gonna try another account. I'm gonna try another account. So, hindi ako nalalockout. Nagsusubok ako ng iba't ibang account. Does that make sense? Good. Now, the last one, what we call dictionary attack, is basically, kagaya ng nabanggit ko kanina, it's using a dictionary of common words and phrases. Tapos, kumbaga, hindi naman siya literal na dictionary na tinatype ng hacker or ng attacker case dun sa passwords. It's basically another application or a database na tinatawag niya gamit yung software or tool na pinambu-brute force niya para kunin yung mga common phrases and words na gamitin as passwords. So, ganun yung nangyayari. Okay? So, basically, it's another username tapos kukuha siya ng word or phrase doon sa dictionary niya. Sabi ko nga, it can be a form of application or a form of simple database just to patch or, kumbaga, call yung mga common words and phrases na pwedeng maging passwords. Okay? So, I hope this illustration summarizes yung mga common password attacks or yung common brute force attacks na makikita natin or pwede nating makasalamuha in our security career. So, itong illustration na ito, pinasimple natin kagaya ng ginagawa natin dito sa Tech Academy and hopefully, it drives the point and you now understand kung ano yung key characteristics at pagkakaiba nila. Okay? So, I'll see you on the next lesson.